Hi, so now we are on module number 5, which is on testing, validation, and improvement. So this module is content is like similar to module number 4, so which I will just go through very briefly. So why do engineers test? Because we want to check if the design works as expected. So your case, your expected function is to receive the used cooking oil and then store it in the accept or reject tank. And then you want to notify the co-op if the tank is already full. So it helps engineers to find problems before real use. So of course, when you design something, you have to test it first before um, you let the customers or the user use your machine. So it ensures safety, performance, and cost effectiveness. So there are many types of testing, such as lot tests, efficiency tests, durability tests, and safety tests. So which type of testing to use to do? It depends on your purpose. For example, if your machine has to carry something, then you go for a lot test. If you want to do it you want the machine to work well without wasting stuff, then you have to do efficiency tests. So now, in your case, you want to test on the sensitivity test, I think, to test how sensitive is your prototype in detecting water in the used cooking oil. So that will be named as sensitivity test. Okay. So how to collect data from testing? So you set clear goals. So our goal here is to test the sensitivity of your water contamination detection. So use a checklist or data table. So this is the one that I have drafted for you using the water to oil ratio. So you can prepare a simple table with columns on the ratio, and then you have to, in the next column, you have to list down what happened or what is the results of each ratio. Does the machine detect or does it not detect the water contamination? So you measure it with tools. So the tool that you are using now is the IoT system itself using the water sensor. So you have to repeat for accuracy. Usually in engineering tests, we do for 3 times and then we have to make sure that the result is almost similar. And you have to record everything. And from the result, you have to draw a conclusion. So you have to, in your case, you can draw a conclusion of sensitivity of the machine. For example, the result will be this machine can only detect water contamination at 5% of water content and higher. It cannot detect water at very low concentration from 4 and below. So that will be one of your conclusion. And if uh, you are not happy with the conclusion, then what can be improved? What aspects of the prototype that can be improved so that you get better results? And then this is just some key points to emphasize. So you have to, of course, be consistent, be honest. If the machine cannot detect, then you have to put it cannot detect. Be organized, make a table so that you can put this table into your logbook and also your poster. Okay, if something unexpected happens, then you have to figure out why it happens. Okay, and then when analyzing your result, you have to compare to your goals. So, for example, if your results uh, is um, contradicting, for example, you expect it to detect water up to 5%, but but it only detects when it is higher than 10%. So you have to compare it with your goals. So if it is not tally with your goal, then you have to try to improve your design. Okay. Mm, okay. So the last point here is very important, whereby the data that you have to um, you have to present it very clearly. You can use tables or you can use charts, and you have to also add explanations to explain your results. Maybe a short discussion, maybe a paragraph, so that the reader can easily understand what is your result. And this should be included in your poster. So this is the iteration of improving a design. So you have to identify problems, brainstorm solution, modify, and build again and retest. Okay, so if you have time, then you can modify a prototype based on the results. So maybe you can change another sensor that is more sensitive. But I don't recommend you to change anything on the IoT system. Maybe just on the physical design in terms of the robot design. Maybe make it more um safe, space saving, or maybe you can arrange in such a way that you can minimize the risk of leaking or something, or maybe add a tray at the bottom so that if something happens, for example, if the level sensor, unable to detect the level of the tank, if it overflows, then the tray will able to collect what is overflowed. So that is one of the improvement that you can make. Okay, you can also retest everything after you do some improvement. All right, so wrap up for this module. Testing is how we validate our ideas. After we have your idea, you fabricate, you have to do testing. All good designs go through improvement, and it means that our first product will not be perfect. It will be perfect after multiple series of improvements. Okay, so you have to apply what you have learned in module 1 to module 5 for your prototype. Okay, that is all. We go to the next module, which is module 6. Module 6 is on effective presentation and communication. But I don't think that reading this slide will be helping you much. So let's just directly give you an example of my previous project. Um, I will share the poster. And this is sample of my poster. This please don't forget that you have to prepare and print out an A1 size poster for the competition, and you will be provided poster stand. And for printing, you have to print it with PVC pipe so that you can put it on the poster stand. Okay. Please inform your teacher so that she can print it out for you. Okay. So this is example of my poster using Canva. So this is a product that I have presented. Basically, you need like a logo. This is the logo that I made. You can also design your logo, for example, Indah IoT oil recycler. So how to make a logo easily? You can use Canva AI. Go to the left panel here and go to Magic Media. Okay. So you can I will create a new page here so that you can see the maybe logo of Indah IoT oil recycler. Maybe green and orange color thing, and then just have to wait for it to create AI image of your logo. Okay, so you can choose any. Maybe I will choose this for example. So when you have the logo here, you can use BG remover here, background remover to remove the background. And then you can use this for your poster. So this can be your logo. Okay. You can put it on your poster. You can also print it out and then stick it on your prototype to show that you have a logo for your recycler. Okay. And then that's about the logo. And then you should have a photo of your product, your prototype. And for your case, you need a photo of your prototype. You need a 3D sketch of your product and also label all of the components. And I think the most important one will be like a diagram, a schematic diagram of the IoT system. Maybe I can have maybe you can have something like this, a diagram that includes all the components of the IoT system that you have. So I have uh, sketched something on the whiteboard during my last visit to your school. Maybe something like this should be okay. So maybe you can do something like this and then put it on your poster and label every components. Okay. Now, your poster should be not too wordy. Each section should be separated like this. I will share this and add you as contributor so that you can see and maybe directly use this as a template. This template is already an A1 size, and so you can use this to make your poster. You just have to add another page and then copy paste anything that you need to the new page and then add it to your to make your poster. You can also add your photos like this, the name of group members, your teacher and mentor, and include all the details. Maybe not too much, but I think a photo of each of you will be very interesting. Okay. In order for you to have a, an idea of what a good poster will be, you can also ask AI for you to design a poster for you. Design maybe a poster of or use cooking or vending machine. Teaching. Hmm. It seems like the photos are not really suitable. The academic poster of used cooking oil. So your prompt should be um, exact. Yeah, something like this. This will be a good poster. Not your whole, maybe this is just a part of your poster whereby you have a drawing or an actual photo of your vending machine, of your recycling machine, and then label each of these. So this AI image is just for you to get an idea on how to design the poster, not to copy and take this image. Okay. For example, in doing my poster, I actually ask AI to design some poster for me, and then I use it as inspiration to design my poster. So this is the example of AI poster that I have generated, and also this one. So based on the AI poster, I design my own poster using like the same theme, same arrangement, so that my poster will look more professional. Okay? And the part that is the second utmost important after the poster is the presentation or the pitch. Your pitch will be 10 minutes, including question and answer. So I expect you to give the pitch for 5 minutes only. You can share the text or only one of you can present. It's up to you. But Um, my tips to do a good presentation is not to read the poster, but to tell a story. And how? So, okay, I will give example first is if I'm reading, okay, so that you can really see the difference between reading and telling a story. Okay, so if I'm reading, so I will say this is Agavolt. This is an education kit, a sustainable capacitor electrode developed from algal waste, activated carbon, blah blah blah. The material is fast charging, high power, and extended cycle life. My Agavolt has some breadboard holder, a manual, glove, bottle, and electrodes, and all these are the components of my Agapul education kit. Why it is first of its kind? Because it uses local byproducts from algal oil extraction process. It has better performance, and the science behind the innovation is it stores energy via electric double layer mechanism. It uses algae residue, so it's naturally nitrogen rich. It enables self nitrogen doping. It is high surface area, and it has high necropore structure. All of this reading will make the judges sleep, and you will you will not be attracting their attention. So how to attract the attention is to tell a story or make it more interesting. Do not read the poster, but you have to prepare a script and you have to memorize it. Okay, this is my script in presenting this poster. I will show it to you. Okay, so that okay, this is my example of my script. So I will start with energy storage is the future, from electric vehicles to solar homes. But how will we prepare the next generation to understand it, use it, and maybe even improve it one day? Imagine a safe, hands-on kit that lets students build and test a real energy device, not a toy, but a working supercapacitor made from upcycled algae waste. It's clean, it's green, and it is designed to power both motors and young minds. I'm Izzah, and I'm excited to share with you how we created AlgaVolt, a supercapacitor education kit that brings science, sustainability, and curiosity together in one powerful box. So let's take a step back. What exactly is a supercapacitor? In simple terms, a supercapacitor stores energy physically, not chemically like a battery. Inside, you have a supercapacitor, um, two electrodes and electrolytes. So this is how you do a script that is that is not really reading the poster, but to tell a story. You start with describing some problem maybe that can attract the judge. Okay, and then do not read. For example, if I want to share what is the science behind the innovation, focusing on this part of the poster, I will not read. I will not repeat what the poster has written, but I will explain it in my own words. For example, let's see here, this part here is basically to address this specific part of the poster. So the text is, let's take a step back. What exactly is a supercapacitor? In simple terms, a supercapacitor stores energy physically, not chemically like a battery. So you are actually focusing this without repeating any words here, maybe just the important points, but do not read the poster. Prepare a script that you memorize and understand so that your storytelling will be much more powerful. So storytelling is the most important to um, for you to have added value compared to your other to the other competitors, other groups. So maybe all projects um, are good, but the ones that will be the best is the one who has good storytelling and good poster. Okay, so how you present during the competition day is very important. Okay, now I want to show you how to make scripts like this using ChatGPT. Okay, you go to ChatGPT, chat.openai.com, and then you can, I think you have to create an account first and then log in. Then you can ask ChatGPT to write a script for teaching of 5 minutes on use cooking oil, recycler, um, vending, vending machine. The project title is Indah IoT recycler. You have to add on all the details that you know and that you want to present for the during the competition. All of the components from the poster should be listed here. My the one that I show here is just a simple version. Maybe you have to add every detail so that the script covers everything. So the machine use Arduino um, IoT system. It can detect if the user purposely add water to the oil. The machine can show how much the user gets in RM when they dispense oil. We built a, for example, you can add details on the machine has a level sensor that notify the co-op if the tank is almost full. Okay. For your prompt, you should be very specific. For example, write the script blah 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 for title is in the IoT recycler. B, um, make it interesting and not boring. Need to track Dutch. Maybe this prompt will be enough. Let's see what ChatGPT um, come up with. Let's see, ChatGPT has come up with a good script, but of course you have to improve this, right? So let's read at the script. Good morning, judges. Imagine this: every day in Malaysia, tons of cooking oil are poured down the sink. It clogs our drains, pollutes river, and harms the environment. But what if instead of waste, we could turn that oil into value? That's where our project comes in. Indah IoT Oil Recycler. Indah IoT Oil Recycler is a smart vending machine that allows households to recycle their used cooking oil safely, conveniently, and profitably. So this is the same sample of a very good pitch. But of course, you cannot use it directly. You have to read everything and make sure all are included in the details. If you want to, for example, improve certain parts, you can add this. For example, just ask ChatGPT or copy paste into the prompt section. Just help me improve so that this sounds more professional, maybe professional. So you can ask AI to improve certain parts or maybe add some points so that your pitch script becomes better. So for after you have this, you already got the full pitch script, then you have to rehearse and record the time that you need to finish the script. You have to practice that with the poster in front of you. Okay. And after you have done the rehearsal, then you should do like a presentation to your teacher, and then your teacher can ask maybe several questions for you to practice answering the question and answer for you to practice for the competition. So I think that is all for the sharing in this video. I hope you get get all the information that you need for the competition. If you need anything or you want to ask anything, you just ask in the group. Okay, bye. See you on the competition day. Bye bye.